Are you dead, but you're still walking around in a body, breathing and pretending to be alive? Well, if you are, or if you don't know, or if that's a question that bothers you, then I'm Apostle Bacer J Baker, who is a doctor in psychology, and we're going to delve within that today. I want to welcome you to the program. I want you to, why don't you YouTube your friends or do whatever it is you do, all of the different social medias that you normally do. Why don't you share this? Because this is going to be important for all people. I say apostle and then the doctor at the end. This is biblical, plus it's also scientific. I'm a doctor in psychology, not licensed by the state of California on purpose. I've been doing this for a lot of years. I'm almost 80 years old. I will stay almost 80 until I'm 120 or until my children choose to tell their age and pass me up. Okay. But I really want to get into this today because I see so many people that are really dead. Their dreams, their abilities, their imagination, their businesses, their family, every part, their health. All of these things are declining. I mean, they're non-existent. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I'm living. It's not worth living. It turns you into alcoholism or sex, illicit sex, and all of these different things that you do to try and feel alive, to try and be alive. But what has happened to you? Let's go through a number of things. There's about 10 things that I really want to get into, but you know that I'm not going to get into it on this half-hour program or almost half-hour program. But I really want you to check it out. Am I dead? Am I dead? Or am I really living? What does dead mean? Dead means that there was something that happened in your life, in your past, that you're still stuck in it. You stopped living. Think about that. You stopped living because of something that somebody said, something that happened to you, something that happened around you, something that you saw, something that you felt, something that happened. You stopped living. You stop allowing the dreams and the visions and those things that were to happen in your life, the excitement that you had at one time. What I want to do is to help you to recover that. This is what it is that I do. I help people to recover and start to live, to really become alive. I hate it. I hate seeing people. I hate seeing people that have all these God-given things, all these God-given gifts and talents and abilities on the inside of them. And I know they're there. They know they're there, but they know that they will never accomplish them. Why? Because they're dead. They're just the walking dead. They have, and I ain't talking about no zombies, but it's like, I ain't talking about the zombies those television things, which I've never watched, but I've seen the commercials. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about actual people. There are people that are supposed to be Christians in the body of Christ, kingdom-minded people, all of that. And you're stuck. You're still back there. Okay. So still have these repeated unwanted thoughts or compulsions. Here it is. Things start to happen. This is going to sound like it's anxiety or a disorder, but what this is really the walking dead. It's not one of those things. It's not like having a panic attack that you can get over in all of this. But what this is this. There was a moment in time. There was a moment in time when you stop, you say, oh, well, it was what my husband did. It was what my wife did. I guarantee you that if something happened even before then. Why is that? Because that husband or that wife or that person that did something to you just a couple of years ago or just a couple of months ago or whatever it is, you did not have the rebounding ability to be able to cope with what it was that they had and to repute it in your mind. Interesting thing. I'm not a basketball person, but I know one of my grandsons plays professional basketball. And one of the things that they talk about is the rebounding, the rebounding, the rebounding. And what it is this: you weren't able, you chose not to, or you chose not to deal with it, and you left those thoughts there. And so therefore you don't have the ability of this or the strength in order to deal with what's happening now. It seems like here's this impossibility for you to be able to control the things that are going on in you. In you. You were built by God to be able to control the things that are going on in your emotions. Okay. He says, he lets us know that. He says that we are to have self-control. Well, what does that mean? That means that you have the ability on the inside of you to control how you think about what has happened in your life. Here it is. You get sick. There are a lot of people that are ill, a lot of people that are going through things, people that are younger than I am, that don't have the energy, that don't have the ability, that don't have the stamina, that don't have the fight to decide, as long as I'm breathing, I am going to live a full life. Okay, I'm going to tell you a quick little story, because I know you really want to hear it. I have another grandson. He's 30, I think he is, and he's tall. And I started him on golf when he was about 16 years old, and he's gotten really pretty good. In fact, he's training for the PGA, or the whatever it is. Anyway, PGA. So one of the things that I have decided, because I noticed that my strength was getting, that I didn't have the ability, my turning, my hip abilities, and all of these things had just they just weren't there. Okay. So I started back on a retraining program for one reason. I want to beat him so bad that he cries on the golf course. On the golf course. I want to beat him so bad that he is crying on the golf course. And it may sound crazy, it may sound silly, but the thing of it is this is my motivation for really getting myself back and getting myself and getting my strength. And what, the strangest thing about it, I know I can do it. Why is that? Because I dealt with all of those things that tried to kill me, all of those things that tried to make me lay down and say I was dead. So therefore, this is why I'm telling you, I've helped hundreds of thousands of people to be able to do what it is that we're talking about here today. And this is free to you. This is here on YouTube. This is here on Kingdom First TV. This is here on Facebook, all of these different platforms, because I want to give you something that will work for you, because you are valuable. Okay. All right. Things that have happened to you that are traumatic experiences. Maybe you were raped. Maybe you were put in closets. Maybe you maybe people abused you. Maybe you were a sex trafficking person, male or female. Maybe you have a lot of confusion. Any of those things could have happened in your life. Maybe, with the child abuse, or different things, maybe things that happen, natural disasters, or whatever it is. You lost your house, your family went bankrupt, and there it is. You went from living in a big house to another thing. Maybe you were born in poverty, or grew up in poverty, or in lack, and didn't have enough to eat. Maybe you were laying on beds that had roaches, or whatever it is. Whatever it is, you are greater than it if you choose. Many people, as I said, are walking around dead, even though they're supposed to be alive. The feelings that you get when you're getting ready to move. Let's just talk about business for a moment, or business, or relationships, or even your health, all of these different things. But let's talk about business. Here it is. You have your business, and you've decided that I want a 3X, I want a 10X, I want a 5X, which means I want to scale my business up. I want to double the income. I want to double this. I want to do all of these things. Or in your relationship, I really want to have a meaningful relationship. I've had a lot of failures in relationships before, but I know that there is someone, I know that I want to have a meaningful relationship with my family. I want to have a meaningful relationship, whatever that word, meaningful relationship. What I want you to do is take the time to define it. I want you to break it down. I want you to make it a picture. I want you, because meaningful, it could mean a whole lot of things. Meaningful to me and meaningful to you, two different things. But what I want you to do for yourself, okay, is I want you to describe it. I want you to get a picture of what is meaningful to you. And what's going to happen is that your feelings, you are going to start to feel good about those things, because even though all you're doing is dreaming and talking to yourself about it, your brain is listening to you as you speak these things. And one of the things that it's doing, it's beginning to feel that this is something that is pleasurable to you. So eventually, what's going to happen is that it's going to help you fight in order to have what it is. So I wanted you to take those abnormal feelings, those feelings about whatever it was that happened to you in the past, and those feelings came up. I want you to rebut them. What I want you to do is I want you to start to say no to those. Stop it. Do you realize? I mean, I've been doing this for a lot of years. As I said, I'm almost 80 years old, and I've been in this field for about 40 years or longer than that, actually, since the 60s. I've been in the field. I haven't been a doctor that long, but I've been in the field since the 60s. Okay, so it's been a day. At any rate, what I want you to do is to take that, look at that situation. You'll have feelings. Your body might react. All of these things might react because it's distasteful, because it hurts, because of that. And then it happens, and it's almost as if it happened today. It's almost as if it happened to you yesterday. It's present, because why? You have brought that dead thing. You have brought that thing that happened to you, and now it's in your forefront. You will not let it go. So all of your relationships, now listen to this, all of your relationships, all of your business ventures, all of the things that you've done in life, it has that intertwined in it. It's intercoursing with it. It is releasing seed in it. So you have such a mixture in your life that you don't know what's good for you and you don't know what's bad. This is one of the things that leads people to drugs and alcohol and all of this, because they don't know all of this confusion. It brings confusion. And where there's confusion in your body, where there's confusion in your mind, the Bible says where there's confusion, there's every evil work. Every demonic work, everything that's twisted, you start to call what's good bad, and you'll start to call what's bad good. You won't know the difference. Okay, and so your body reacts to this, and those emotions, they're exaggerated. Here it is. It's not like, okay, this happened 20 years ago. This happened 10 years ago. This happened 50 years ago. This happened 70 years ago. However long ago it was. This is the way people react to things such as ancestral things that have happened. They act as if it's happening today. And so they get the feelings, they get the anger, they get the disappointments, they start to feel like a victim. All of these things is going to take you out of victimization, because if you are a victim, you are dead. You are there to be used and misused by someone that is something, some demonic thing that is waiting to misuse you. So, and what's happened is this: your cellular memory, what in your body, what it's done is that it makes you think this is normal. It is normal to get this way. It is normal to get frozen in your life. It is normal for that. It is not normal. Listen to me. It is not normal for you. This is not what God had designed for you. He designed that you would have life and have it more abundantly. He wants prosperity in your life. He wants wealth in your life. He wants progression in your life. He wants you to have more than enough. He wants you to be more than enough. What we're talking about is you don't know who you are yet. And until you know who you are, you will never be able to work out and to do what it is that you're to do. So what happens is this, it's not like adding something onto you. What it is starting to dismiss the lies that you have lived in and by. Now, this is what's really interesting. You know, what happened to you as a little girl, what happened to you as a little boy, what happened in your life way back then, I guarantee you it did not stay the same size. It was exaggerated. It grew like you grew. It got bigger and bigger. Why is that? Because psychologically, you needed it to get bigger in order for you to allow it to continue to control your life. You see, this is the problem. Okay. If it would have been this itsy bitsy thing, all right, you said, well, getting raped is not an itsy bitsy thing. I know that. It happened to me as a child. Okay. Being a lot of things happened. Okay. But the thing of it is this, I had to make it get smaller in my life. And then now it's really non-existent. I don't have the emotions behind it. There is no emotions behind it because I grew and it didn't. All right. I want to help you, assist you if you want it. This is only, let me do this. This is a disclaimer. This is only for people that want it. I am not trying to get people that don't want what it is that I am releasing here today or any day. I don't want you. I am not trying to force you, not trying to force anything on you. I can't tell you how much I don't care if you're not person that I'm supposed to speak into. I'm here to serve those that desire to make these changes in their lives, and I'm here for them only. I have empathy for everybody else. I have all of that kind of stuff, but I am not going to change the message of what it is and helping to get these people out of that because they want to go somewhere. I am not interested in talking to people that don't want to move out of where they are. So if you're stuck, but you don't want to stay stuck, then stay tuned. If you're stuck, but you like sitting in that mess, go to another channel. Go talk, go listen to somebody else that will pet your wounds. I'm not that person. I am not, okay? And I don't care what it is that anyone else says. You said that doesn't sound very Christian like, probably because I'm not the Christian you think I am. I'm a kingdom citizen, and I'm one that I actually read the Bible and actually love to the depth of I want people to change, but I cannot make them change. The Bible did not say go into all the world and browbeat people and make them change. He says, no, I go and I present this gospel of freedom. I'm presenting this gospel, this good news of freedom. Let me keep going because my time is getting there. Okay, even though these things are harmful, these feelings that you're having, it makes you think that they're going to harm you. It makes you think, here's what's going on in your mind, because why, you've replayed it over and over and over. It's like a record. For those of you that don't know what a record is, you know, they used to have 45s and 78s. And every now and then they get scratched. And when they did, it wouldn't, I mean, you know, Lou Rawls just wouldn't sound like Lou Rawls anymore. You know, Sam Cooke just wouldn't sound like Sam Cooke anymore. You don't even know who those are, probably some of you. But at any rate, the people didn't sound like it was. And that's what I intend for it to happen. I want to put a scratch. I want to put scratches all over your record. And when that happens is this, the distortion of this thing is bigger than you are will start to melt. It will start to go away. Now, am I going to say it's going away right here immediately? No. Sometimes it takes weeks. Sometimes if you do the work, though, I guarantee you, I've helped people to do this in less than 6 weeks' time, 6 or 7 weeks' time. I've helped them to be able to take what it is that was keeping them stuck, to stick them so that they could start to flow and to move. And it's exciting to see. It's exciting to experience. It's exciting to tell people, thank you, Dr. Baker. I really got this. I'll be back and get more. I'll get more and more, you know, but this momentum, I got it and I'm moving ahead. And so what they do is add and add and add. Okay. That's where I want you. All right. The thoughts are going to be persistent Because why? Because you've allowed them to be as big as you are. And that's what makes you dead. You're dead, even though you're supposed to be alive. You're dead because of the past, but and so there's no life. You're just existing. There's just an existence. If I thought all that if that was all that there was, I wouldn't want to be in this earth. I don't care what tragedy has happened in your life. You are equipped to be more than it, to be more than a conqueror. You can conquer that thing in the past. Why is that? Because it is not you, it happened to you. Now let's change it and say, okay, this happened to me to think it might destroy me. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to change my outlook in it. And I'm going to look at it like it happened for me to be able to show me just how strong I am. I will not allow that man, that woman, that boy, that girl, that situation. I will not allow that nation. I will not allow whatever it is. I will not allow it to define me. Because we're going to get into, you're going to redefine who it is that you really are. You're going to see that many times. This comes out in anger. Are you angry? Are you angry at people even though haven't done anything to you? I have people around me that they just seem angry all the time, always defensive, always wanting to find a fight, or whatever it is. I should say I used to have people like that around me. I don't interact with them anymore. I do whatever it is that I have to do, because when you're out and you're working, you work with all kinds of people, but you can choose who you spend quality time with. And that's another thing that's very important. You're going to have to change your environment, and you change your environment by changing your environment in your head. You don't put up with your own thoughts that way, and you don't put up with other people and what it is that they're doing, because it means that they're just not meant to share your space. I know you're going to get into what is my husband, what is my wife. We'll get into that later. But right now, I'm talking about your husband, your wife, your children, your grandchildren. None of them have to be in your head in that manner. Okay. I'm talking about control. I'm talking about self-control. I'm talking about your brain, which is the most powerful thing that you have, and your thoughts. The Bible even tells you in the book of Romans to not be conformed, to not be fashioned, to not be to not act like, to not be a part of what's going on in this world, the way that things are going on in this world. But you're going to have to think from a higher dimension. You're going to have to think from the mind of Christ, the mind that God gave you. That's the mind that you're going to have to think from. Do you think that he is still thinking about himself on the cross? Do you think that he is still thinking about the people that nailed him on the cross? Do you think that he's still thinking about the people that spit on him and pulled out his hair and beat him and all that? No, that is so over. That is so over. I would have used the analogy of a woman having a baby. You have the baby and then you don't feel the pain anymore. You don't feel the pain anymore, but you think about it if you get pregnant again. Okay. So when these things, and wow, that is a good analogy. One of the things of it is this: you think about it, but then it doesn't have that same strength, that same power, that same ability. And you have time and you have the ability to be able to change those thoughts. I want you to say this to yourself: I can change my thoughts anytime I want to. I can change my thought. I can get rid of thoughts. I can loose them anytime I want to, because I have that power on the inside of me. God made me that. God made me so that I could change, and I can change my brain. My brain is neuroplastic. My brain stretches, and I'm going to stretch it into the greatness and the goodness of who it is that I am. I'm going to really believe that God made me in his image. And if he made me in his image to be like him, he did not make me to be a victim. He did not make me to be dead while still alive. I had a pastor once, and he used to say, well, I'm a dead man walking. He was talking about I'm dead to the things of how people treat me. He wasn't really dead to the things of how people treat me, but I'm still walking in the earth. I choose to look at it as this. I don't want to be a dead man walking. I want to be an alive. I want to be an alive person walking, because I want to be alive to Messiah, alive to Christ, alive to my purpose, alive to this earth. I want to be alive. And while I'm alive, I am going to conquer everything that is necessary for me to conquer in my life so that it does not conquer me. Okay. I hope that I know I want you to take these things. It seems like I'm running around, but I wanted to hit all of you dead people. I want to hit all of you dead people that think you're alive. If you're staying stuck, if you're stuck in an environment, if people keep telling you you always do this, you're still doing this, you're still doing this. If you have to repent and apologize every week, every other day, or whatever it is, you're a dead person, but you're still breathing, okay? Because you have not decided that I am free. I am who it is that I am. I am prosperity. I am prosperity. What does that mean? That means that the past does not hold me back. That means that I'm alive, that I'm fruitful. The Bible says to be fruitful, to multiply. I multiply in there. Maybe I have time, if I have time, because this program is a two-part program. This is recording here, and I'm going to record as soon as I get off, so you'll see me in the same clothes, so it'll just be part two. But listen to this. You know, when God spoke, I'm studying Hebrew and studying the Bible and different things, but when God spoke to Abraham, and he says that your descendants are going to be in your seed, I am going to make you as numerous as the stars in the sky and as the sand. When he looked up at those stars in the sky, he looked at the sperm. He, all the whiteness of all that. He knew that out of the sperm, all of these seeds come. And so here it is, out of the seeds of your life. The sperma of God, the sperma of his word will come forth, and it will impregnate your life, and all kinds of great things will happen. How you talk about who it is that you are and how you see you is important. Again, this is Apostle Bacer J Baker, who is a doctor in psychology, letting you know that I am here to still tell it like it is. This was what God said in the beginning. It's what it's what I'm saying now, and I will continue to say it. If you'd like to find out more about the process of this and my personal business or whatever, you can locate me at clickbrain.com. clickbrain@gmail.com. It should be on the screen there. And if you want to contact the ministry or give into More Than Enough Ministries, because that's what this part is, then you can do that. The information is on the screen, and I'll see you in a few minutes. I'll see you next time when I'm here, still telling it like it is. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Kingdom First TV, your station for kingdom inspiration.